What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So I have another video for you guys today. I wanted to talk about crypto a little bit. Yes, I'm investing in Doge, but we're not going to talk about Doge here today because there's another thing that I wanted to get into that I'm absolutely salty about. And it's not the fact that I didn't make the investment because I was set up to make the investment. It's the problem to where my money is in limbo right now, so I could not get money into it. And I can't even get money into the account from my bank account because it's a whole deal saying that my bank doesn't work well with Webull, and that's a lie because I've used it previously on my other account, so it doesn't make sense. But I wanted to talk about Ethereum because Ethereum is huge. I mean, the way that it grows, I really want to talk about an entry point. I want to talk about where I was looking to get in at, and the fact that it hit a new all-time high again today. It's doing nothing but great things, way better than what Bitcoin is doing, than even what Dogecoin is doing. I understand Dogecoin is moving at, hundreds of percents from when people bought in, but it's doing something that no other crypto is really doing. So before we get into this, make sure you guys hit that like button, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more videos like this one, and make sure that you get your free stocks with Webull down below. Don't forget to check out some of the other links that really helps out the channel. If you want to join any of my membership programs, definitely do that in the description below. But let's talk about Ethereum a little bit because this position is absolutely ridiculous. Look at the all-time high that it hit, $2,801.14. That is crazy. And you can say in the last month, I've been looking at this where it was at $1,800. $1,800. That's literally $1,000 gain in 1 month, right? And that's huge. That's absolutely phenomenal. I look at this and I'm like, this is a missed opportunity because I had the money at that point to invest in $1,800 for 2 shares and I could have grown that. But then I wanted to wait until I got to the amount to where I could buy 5 shares, right? And I was looking for that to pull back to 1,300. So I was getting, I guess, a little bit greedy, thinking that it was going to pull back. The history was telling me that it was going to pull back, but crypto is not really following true history because there's a lot of people pushing the position. Crypto is a lot different than what the stock market is doing. Even the stock market's not really functioning on history as much, but you're seeing Ethereum push up quite a bit. And the theory is that when it did pull back to 2000 recently, pull back to 2042, it should have actually pulled down to 1,900, 1,800, and that should have been where you could have gotten in at. Now it's looking like you're going to see new all-time lows every time that you go up. So you go from 1,300 to 1,500 to 1,800 to 2,000 to 2,100, and now it's looking like the low point that it's going to get to is about 2,200, I would say, and that would obviously still be a great price to get into because of the projections that people have for Ethereum. So let's look at where I was trying to get into. So here at 2042, I was trying to get into that position. That was a moment to where all of my money was held up, kind of in limbo really, after I was going to have that trade over to Webull, and ended up trading the Webull account over to Fidelity. And then I realized that mistake, so traded it all the way back or transferred it back to Webull, but Webull closed that account. So that account is sitting with money in it right now that I cannot use. So it bothers me because I wanted to buy into Ethereum thinking that that was going to go down even a little bit more. And by the time that goes down, I would have my money to invest in it and buy maybe 5, 6 shares and then grow with that position. Because I do have faith in where Ethereum can go. And obviously you see what the hype is. Ethereum jumped all the way up to 2,600. And then dropped down again to 2,100. And now what I'm seeing is that it got up to 2,800, and it's probably going to drop down to about 2,200, 2,250. So don't be afraid to invest at around that 2,200 mark. I think that'll be a good price to get into when it comes to Ethereum, and then drive it on the way up. Now it could possibly still go down. Obviously, it can still sell off. That's not something that I will say won't happen. It won't sell off. That's not the case, because it could. It could possibly sell off. You see Bitcoin, go from that 6,500 mark or 65,000 mark down to 52. We even went down to 47. So it made pretty big moves downward. But I'm telling you, seeing Ethereum hit these levels, it's looking like it's definitely right on track to get to $5,000 by the end of the year, if not more than that. So I'm looking to ride that on the way up, but obviously gain as much as possible, be able to invest in as many shares as I possibly can before it gets to that point. And a lot of people will think that it will get to $10,000 the next year. I see promise in this position. Let me know what you feel when it comes to Ethereum. I've seen a ton of projections that go out years, that talk about by the end of this year, they'll get to $5,000. By the end of the next year, they'll get to about, $10,000, $20,000. By the end of the year after that, or however many years, 2 more years after that, it's going to be like 30,000. So it's going to start to grow a little bit slower and have bigger pullbacks, kind of like what Bitcoin is having. Getting up to 65,000 and then dropping back to 52 is obviously not a great bet, but people bought it at that 65 mark, so they're losing a lot of money off of the top. However, Bitcoin still does have that promise to get to 100K probably by the end of the year. It just depends how it moves. It hasn't been moving in the right direction recently. So yeah, that's what I had for Ethereum. Let me know what your thoughts on Ethereum is. I want to know what your projections are. Where do you think it's going to be by the end of the year? Where do you think it's going to pull back to? Do you think it's going to get to 2,000, or do you think it's going to pull back even further? Let me know your opinion on that, because I'm really interested in knowing what everybody else's opinion and why it would happen, why you think that would happen. Let me know the logic behind this, because hey, you might change my mind, and then we might go into this together at that same portion. If we miss the opportunity, then we miss the opportunity. But I don't want to miss the opportunity. I feel like Ethereum is a great bet to get into, especially not at these prices, but especially down here at these prices at $2,168 or $2,000, $2,059. That would be a great price to get in on it. But I've seen a history. Let's look at the history of a year plus. The history is, it dropped all the way down to $89 from where it was up to that $300 mark, even as high as 1,424. You've seen it drop down pretty heavily. Are we looking for that same type of sell-off? Because that's a possibility. I was always thinking that could be that same type of sell-off, but where is the bottom after you get to 2,000 plus? Is the bottom going to be $300 or $400? Or is that bottom completely taken out with this massive movement that we have here? Right when it hit this massive movement, is that bottom taken out? And now we're going to say that the true bottom would be somewhere around $1,000, no less than that. Let me know your opinion there, because I'm always interested in it. But make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for more videos like this one, and make sure that you get your free stocks with Weevil down below. Don't forget to check out some of the other links in the description, whether you want to join as a member or whatever it is, credit card links, all of that stuff. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.